Hello everyone, Be the Amazing Greek here. Today we're going to be doing a product review of a knife, one of my favorites that I have. It is the MTech MT151. Now if this sounds familiar to you, it's because this is the knife that I had originally made the wildbillwholesale.com review. Was about this knife. That is the one thing I do have to warn you about this knife. When I ordered this knife from wildbillwholesale.com the first time, I got one that had the blade just ever so slightly bent. So I sent it back, and the knife I got back I had thought was the same knife because it had the same slight bend to it. So I kind of went off and I ordered another one from another place. The Wild Bill Wholesale's out of Atlanta, I believe, and I ordered one from up north. There's like Pennsylvania, something like that. Well, when I got this one from Pennsylvania, it also had a very slight bend at the end of the blade. And it was a production issue. It was not just one or two. I mean, this was, halfway across the country, and the same thing happened. So there is a potential that if you get one of these, that could happen. Wild Bill Wholesale did quit selling this knife until the manufacturer could correct that issue. But beyond that, I love this knife. I had two of them. Unfortunately, now I have one, and my daughter has acquisitioned this as a under pillow sleeper knife. So this is what it looks like when you get it. It's got the nylon sheath. It's got the insert. Has a little Velcro holder down by the base, not up here, down by the base like it should be. Mine has the Molly M16 2 magazine pouch mounted to it, and it's been modified to hook under my LB. If you want to see this, there is a video on that somewhere else. I'm not going to go into that right now. This knife is awesome. It is a full 1/4 inch spine. This knife does not do like a typical knife where you have the spine, it comes down, and then they start to shape it. This is a true wedge, like a kukri would be. It's complete wedge to the base. So there is no flat here, which means for batoning this is going to do very well. It came very, very, very sharp. And like I said, all three knives I've had in my hand, and one I did send back and got this, just ever so slightly, just a little to the right as you hold it, as you use, just ever so slightly. It has a 9.5, I believe, inch blade. We're gonna call it 9.5 from the hilt to the top, but of course you've got this small section here that is not sharp. It has a 4 7/8 handle. It is a rubberized overcoating over the full tang of this knife here. I like it a lot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give a little bit of batoning, and then I've got our resonant chopping log, dry wood, that I'll do a little chopping on to show you. So let me center the camera up right here, and then I will baton a little bit, and then we'll do a little chopping so you can see it in action. The thing that got me to buy this knife was I saw a review of this. It's, I believe, a copy of the Trailmaster by who makes it? Cold Steel. And the guy that had this, he wanted to see how the stainless held up. So what he did was he took this knife, put it in the deep freeze for a couple days, took it outside, planted it, and then shot it about 10-15 feet away with a 380 pistol, and it did nothing to the blade. So, and when I saw that, I was sold. That was just awesome. And he had a very gravelly yard, and he would stick it in the dirt and grind it around in the rocks and stuff, and still went to chopping with it. It was a pretty badass tool. So I've got a log here. It's about wrist forearm size, looking at right there. So we're going to baton this just to see it in action and see the wedge in action. I'm a big fan of the MTechs. Everybody knows me knows that. Wow, that really just opened without the flats on it and being that pure wedge shape. It just, this is nothing for this knife. That is crazy. It's like a hatchet going through there. Alright. That, I believe, is, what do you call it? Honeysuckle. Let me grab a harder piece of wood just to, so we're not faking. Alright, this is a hard wood. This is very hard. Let's see how we do here. I don't want to try to oversell a knife by giving fake data. Somebody's going to say, that's not a hardwood. Okay, well, they're not all hardwoods. Don't ride my ass about it. I'm chopping what I got. So this is a hardwood. As you can tell, takes a little more to get in there. Oops. And then, of course, once it's in there, it does not matter. There we go. So, no problem. And that was just as thick as the other one we did. That's it. Like that. No problem cutting that up. So now I'm going to swing you around so you can see our victim tree here, and we'll do a little chopping so you can see how it does on that. Let's get us a good view here. There she is. A lot of cutting been done on this poor thing, but I'll pick a section right there and we'll start chopping on that, see how we do. And of course, with a knife, when you chop something, you don't want to come in 90 degrees. I see that a lot on the Survivor series. You know, people that they don't know how to use a flint striker, they don't know how to chop with. They're always chopping like this, you know, trying to cut things. That's just, it's crazy. So we'll do a little chopping, find somewhere we haven't cut too much. Look at that. That cuts really good. And then if I want to use the tip, I can shape, take a little bit off at a time. Or if I want to get back on this handle, I need to adjust my lanyard, but I can get back on it, you know, get a little bit more hatchet action. And I'm going to do what I just said not to. I'm not actually cutting this way, I'm just trimming all this peel away. Okay, get this out of the way, that's already been cut. Okay. So that's the MTech 151. Of course, it's 440 steel, and as it says all the time, USA design, handcrafted in China. So there's our MTech logo. As far as V the Amazing Greek goes, I love this knife. This is right now my primary bug out knife, camping knife. Of course, I got a lot of them, but I really enjoy this. The rubberized handle, it gives a lot of good shock resistance when you're chopping into things like that. Like I said, can chop like this, but then I got back on it a little bit to use the front end like hatcheting action. And I love this knife. I think I paid $20, maybe $22 for it before shipping. It's a really good knife. The batoning, it does very well. Like I said, that wedge shape, it's very excellent. And of course, I know some people are going to say, oh, the Trailmaster is so much better. It might be. This one cuts wood. I'm sure the Trailmaster does. I've got cold steel products. I like them too. The cold steel probably will chop wood, just like this one. Can the cold steel one take a 380 auto pistol shot to it? Probably. You know, but how many times is that going to happen? It's not like you're going to use your knife to block a bullet. You know, the guy was just trying to show the durability of the stainless, even at deep freezing temperatures. And I'm guessing that's to simulate you're out in the cold 3-4 days in the winter. You go to chop some wood, your knife shatters. I've never had that happen, thank God, with any of my knives. But I typically don't stay out in the freezing cold for 3-4 days either. That's just me. So, you know, if you got the money for the Trailmaster, go for it. You know, cold steel makes some good stuff, but MTech does too. I've not had an MTech fail on me yet. I like them. They're affordable. They're nice, and yes, maybe they do copy some of the more popular designs, but it's a knife blade. I mean, think about it. How many ways is there to design a knife? Usually it's flat back, a sharpened edge, and a point. It's a fucking knife, people. So this is a good one. I really enjoy this one, and I've ordered more since this one, and I will probably order some more MTech knives. As a matter of fact, I've got one on the way right now. I cannot wait to show you. It's a badass. So that is the MTech MT151. Great little knife. Well, it's not little, but it's a great knife, and I enjoy it very much. And I hope this review helps somebody that was maybe thinking about getting one, or maybe now you don't. I don't know. The handle is checkered to give a good grip, and the rubberness of it, the rubbery handle, you're not going to slip really, you know. Of course, got the lanyard hole and your finger guard. I mean, it's like I said, it chomps and then it sticks good. You're not going to slip forward on the blade. Overhand strike, like that. Of course, I'm no Superman. Just trying to show you a little bit what's going on here, like that. And that's it. That is a bad mofo, as we say here in Tennessee. And I hope you enjoyed this review. Pick you one up. It's like I said, it's got the very slight curve. I don't know if normal vision can see it, just barely to the right. It's hard to see. When I measured it, it was not a great amount that it curved. But I love that knife. I would trust that knife out camping, bugging out, and that's one man's opinion. I'm V the Amazing Greek. I thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me on my next videos. Thank you very much.